Ladies and gentlemen, the fishing resumes. TNN Bass Tournament of Champions. You want to know the worst part? The absolute worst part of this? I'm actually enjoying the game quite a bit. I appreciate that it's not like the most spectacular like watching, but there's something really kind of like enjoyable about the ambiance of it. Look, I've played games that like require really intense focus and split-second decision making. Oh, that's a big fish. Hey, buddy. Why don't you come see me? You're my buddy now. I love you. We can start the stream off right with a nice big fish. Come on. Look at the thingamajig. You like the thingy. I know you do. Who's a good boy? Come on. Come on. Dick. The jig is a fishing term, but yeah, there's something super zen about it. And that's not bad. But it's just, yeah, I've played games that require, basically we're 40-minute QuickTime events. And this is a little different. I'm having actually a pretty good time fighting these guys. Come on, come around the log, you jerk. Back this way, come on. I gotta let it out a little bit. Phooey. Hour-long slow time events. You gotta mix it up a little, you know? Best thing is, unless I finish this tomorrow night, in which case I'll move on to Street Fighter Alpha. My next game is going to be PN3, which is a split-second kind of proto-Bayonetta style shoot-'em-up for the GameCube. And one of my favorite games ever. TNT fishing is the key. I think there is a dynamite fishing like game that looks kind of like an old Flash game that you can play on Xbox One and later systems. Oh, come on, jerk. What is this day? This is technically night 7. Which means it's not as bad as Out to Lunch, which got to 8. Maybe if I can catch him down here, I don't have to reel as far. You got the Dreamcast for... No, I do not have All my Dreamcast stuff is gone. I had to sell it to pay bills. You get back here. Dang it. And somewhere around 9 is 10. I don't know what that means. Okay. He's going to be gone now, but I like the size of him, so I'm going to try one more time. Ooh. Bad throw. You should only get, I think you only get 2 shots at the big fish. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's move to a different sector and find somewhere that is similar but not exactly the same. Let's see if that helps. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing over there. That's fun. Let's check the right-hand side. At least there's a little fish. Nothing. Okay. I keep being fooled by the depth meter. That's what it is. That's my problem. See, but I take a certain amount of pride as I do this in like figuring out how these games work. Oh, thank you. Roses. I appreciate those. I need a rainy day lure for this. You don't have a name, it's just a fist bump as far as I can tell. And that's okay. Okay, anybody around? Nobody on that side. Nobody over here either. Okay. I remember playing this game with my dad. Cool. Good for you. My dad was never the console games type. Though I do remember, what's the white triangles? You'll have to tell me what you're referring to in just a second here. Let me find a new fishing spot, try out first. when you cast, the white triangles. Let's look and see here. So on the top left there, there's wind direction. Okay, I got a little fish there. Is that a loach up there in the top? Yeah, it's a loach. Okay, so yeah, it's just trying to figure out where in the screen you're referring to. So are you talking about the rain hitting the water? There's algae, all these green triangles, just plant life. And then the little circles are rain hitting the water. Yeah, this is just algae. So it obscures the fish. That's the whole purpose. Makes my job a little bit harder. Yeah, just debris. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch that depth finder and see if I can get it to kind of freak out. Okay, we got a little freak out there. So let's see if that's indicative of anything. Well, not with a 19-meter cast. Not going to see anything. Okay, nothing over there. Let's check the left. Yup. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay, nothing over here either. What's your favorite soda? I currently tend to drink Coke Zero. So I haven't really drank a sugar soda in a very long time now, it seems. Let's see if we can find something in the rushes or the docks, maybe. Check over here. Yeah, it's weird. The McDonald's near me doesn't have Coke Zero, but they do have Dr. Pepper Zero. So I'll go with that. On the rare occasion that I get McDonald's. But after a while, you're just like, McDonald's. But then it's like, ooh, 20% off in the app if I order McDonald's. So you're like, well, I have to do that now. It'd be financially irresponsible not to. Oh wait, was that somebody up there? I think it might have been. Let's try one more time, see if we can get a good 23-meter cast. Yeah, now if only I could use one free item and the coupon at the same time, then we'd be in business. Oh, just a little fish. Not worth the trouble. Yeah, while this game is taking a while, I think it'll be a while before anything takes the crown from Super Conflict. There was like a 1 month period where you could do one free item and one coupon or deal thing, like one reward and one deal at the same time. And that was a good time for McDonald's. Something's freaking out. Anybody home? Got a little fish over there on the right. Just doing a quick scan. Hey, Cabot. Good to see you. Nope, nothing. Okay. Shallows aren't working. Deeps aren't working. Next place to try would probably be the docks. It's been a long week for you. I hope, like, long in a good way, like exhausting and rewarding, and not just like, that sucked. Crash the boat. Problem is, I really got to do 2 casts every time just to see if there's anything in the water here. Thank you, Ian Ripley, for the "You're awesome." I appreciate that. Nothing. They're all hiding. That's what it is. They're all monsters. Okay, so nothing at the docks. Nothing in the planks. I just gotta try... oh, the bridge. I haven't been to the bridge in a while. There's a fish there, yeah, but you can tell from the size of the sprite if it's large enough to keep or not. They're all very obviously the largest bass are the only ones you can actually keep for your score. So catching the smaller ones, while it gives me some XP, it's going to take so much time that I need to focus on finding big fish at this point. Still on the bass game, yes. Still on the bass game. Oop, I hit the pylon. That's no good. But it'll give me a view. Anybody in town? Hey, big guy. Oh, he's wagging his tail. He's happy. He's happy to see me. I can tell. Come on. Come on. You're like my kids. Anyway. Okay, so let's tilt a little bit and cast further left. And then we will lower our reeling speed to 1. So we give him plenty of time to see what we are bringing to the table. Gotcha. Get back here. Yeah. Calm down. Jeez. You're so angry all the time. Come on. Did I lose it or did the line break? Okay. At least the line didn't break, because if the line breaks, I lose my lure. And I like my lure, thank you. It's nice to me. At least it was in the past. Not you. You. Loosen up, come on. Take a minute. Relax. Okay, you gotta come back this way, okay? See how much easier it is to just come right toward my boat? There we go. That's a good boy. Get in my boat. Smallmouth bass. Well, that just makes me mad. Everything up till now has been a big mouth bass. But hey, he gets on the chart. Scoreboard. Level up! Yeah! Level 4 retrieve. I don't know what that means in the game. The manual doesn't tell me, and neither does the game itself, so. We're just gonna keep going. Oh, well, thank you, Cabot, for the good games and the heart me. Okay. Let's check the rushes down here. By the start. See if we can't find somebody in here. Whoa. Why's my line going so far? Cabot reached member level 10. Okay, nobody over here. See, I pushed the little button that says celebrate, and I don't know what exactly that does. It's got to do something, right? Add milestone, add a sticker to your live. Couldn't add stickers during your live. What does that even mean? This thing is so weird. Anybody around? Hello? Them bass ain't biting, I tell you what. What I do like about this sport, and it is a sport, is sitting still for 5 hours doing nothing. Let's check in the weeds. Cabot, is that a cherry bomb emoji? Interesting. Very cool. Okay, I've got a couple little fish on the right side. Oh, that's interesting. Because the different graphics look. Okay. Anybody on the left side? There's a guy. I know that guy. He's a good guy. That's cool. No, it's interesting that it looks different in the chat than it does when it says you sent one. Maybe him, like, the change in his color palette indicates that he's losing interest. Because they kind of light up like they're lifting up out of the water a little bit, like they're getting closer to the surface. I think maybe they do that when they're interested in the lure. There's so much going on here that the game does not explain to you. And it's really bad about like communicating at all. Like, it expects you to have more fishing knowledge than I have. And that's kind of like fine, but it's not Kerbal Space Program. Shouldn't have to be quite that experienced to make use of the game. Come on, look at him swim. He's so nice. You're a jerk. That's what it is. Come back around, please. Looking to see which direction he changes to. Okay, fine. Do the lures give you different depth? Yes, some of them sink, some of them float. And then as you reel, some of them go deeper and some of them get higher. So like the jig lures, the loading times in this are a little weird. So the jig lures that look like this, well, the fuzzy thing is the jig lure, but I've also attached a crawdad to it. Yeah, so I'm going to try this one, which trawls along the bottom. And then as I reel it, it comes higher in the water. You can see a little depth meter there. But also this water's so shallow anyway, it doesn't really matter. Oh, never mind. Water goes 15 deep. Never mind. So I need something. I think I might actually need one of the surface lures for this. So maybe if I get the regular jig, it'll work. Yeah, it's tough to be sure what's going to work. I'll try this one more time. Just got to slow it down a little bit so I can keep it stable. It's L and R to adjust the power with which I am reeling. Gives me more ability to maneuver the lure itself. Oh, he already went away. Coffee with Wombat suggests maybe a worm. So I got to get him in there quick. I will try the worm. The worm should get far enough to get to him. And the worm has worked for me before, but yeah, it's just, I have to kind of gauge the depth of the water and stuff and try and figure out which one will work best. And as someone who never really fished, it's learning a whole jargon and lingo. Texas rig sinks to the bottom. Split shot rig goes through weeds. Can you add or change the types of bait? I don't think so. There's no option really for bait. I gotta go full speed on that one. UCRs would... Hey. But I also think like the color and animation of the lure is sort of an indicator of effectiveness. Just a little bit. So like when it shrinks down to like that, I don't think it's going to be very effective at all. Even if it does kind of match the fish's energy at the moment. So I gotta kind of, I need to be able to like wiggle it to have it work, I think. Oh, he's coming around? No, he's not coming around. He's leaving. Schmuck! Okay, try one more time here. But if I slow down the way I'm luring it in, maybe I can keep it more active. Knock, knock. You got me. You knocked. Okay, you're interested. Come on. You knocked on the lure. You said hello. But it's like, how much do I need to move it for it to actually get him? And apparently, the owner says spinnerbait and crankbait are the best for lily pad areas. Well, the problem with the spinnerbait is that every time I have used it, it has gone so far immediately that I have absolutely lost the bait. So this is the spinnerbait here. So when I fling this thing, even if I'm at like 2/3 power, it tends to fly away. So I need to be careful with it. There's no weeds here. The weeds are an actual barrier when you're reeling in. Like you have to maneuver your lure around weeds. I haven't seen any lily pads. I think it's just like duckweed, like the green stuff you see on ponds and streams on the side of the road. That's the thing. The only knock I've gotten so far was with the regular lure, the one I've been using, the one that's just Bass Hunter. But I'm gonna try one of the ones that sits on top of the water and see if that does a little better. So if I get a good handle on attracting the things, it'll speed things up quite a bit. I only need one more fish to have 5, and that's the most I can count in my weigh-in. In the instruction manual, it says you're supposed to move the lures, like the different lures, you're supposed to move them in different ways to make them work. And it says the tackle box will tell you what that is, but I got nothing. Yeah. I don't know. The manual says tackle box will tell me how to use the lures. It does not. Because you guys see what I see in the tackle box, which is just, it says range and like where it sits in the water. And I don't know what that means. This guy's the one that's caught me the most fish. It says middle range. Hello. So like this one, I'm like trying to move it because it's made to look like a fish. So I'm trying to kind of waggle it back and forth like a fish. see if that works. But he is not buying it at all. And then I'm trying to figure out what kind of clues. Your controller ASMR is awesome. Behold Super Nintendo controllers and the many things they can do. But maybe it's like, maybe the type of ground underneath at the bottom, the type of lake bed that I'm in, maybe that's an indicator of what I'm supposed to do. But then sometimes I've had luck with it just sort of sitting in the water, and then it's like, oh, it's like the game sometimes decides to just throw you a bone. Come on. Oh, you were right there. You were right there. You were so interested, buddy. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm letting it get too low. I need this middle lure to stay higher in the water. Like if I can get that sort of golden color on it. You see how the deeper it goes, the more it turns like a green. But if I can get it to like... just hover around that orange. Come on back. Now let up. No, you don't. Too far, too far, too far, too far. He's a fighter. Come on in. Don't make me pull on ya. It's not pleasant for either one of us. But tear the lure out your mouth. You insensitive prick, come on. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. I seen that fish. Come on, I can see you. Oh, you got some fight in you, little man, but you can't go down with 3 barrels on him. Not with 3. There he comes. Yar. That better be a huge fish. Nope. Actually, 5.2 is way above average for the lake itself. That puts me at 23. Oh, another level. Smallmouth bass giving me the XP. Fighting. I wonder if I get experience based on how long the reel in is. Okay, let's see where everybody else is. We may be done with this tournament. Okay, we're at 23.2, which is good. I would obviously love to be a lot higher. That's my status. Actually, if I go to tip, it'll show me average size. Okay, so average size in the lake is 2.9 kilograms. So theoretically, I should be fine because all of my fish are larger than that. So I should be able to, theoretically, head back to start and weigh in. Look at that guy. He definitely saw The Big Lebowski like 6 times in theaters. Dang it. Should have gone and caught some more. Did not get big enough. I don't think I got over 25. I think it was at like 23.8. Nice size. Worst part is, hey, wait a minute, that's not possible. For them to have 5 fish and none of them be over 5.1 is not possible if their total is 25. Yeah, but it ain't enough. $23.1. Where does that put me? Am I kicked out of the tournament? Is the game over? See, because the thing is, with that result, I don't know if I get into the next tournament. Because I don't get a cash prize, so I'm stuck with the equipment I have. Oi. Now the tournament does take place over, I think, is it 3 again? So does each tournament take place over 3 lakes? And then it's your total at the end? Okay, it is freezing cold. Where are they going to go when it's freezing cold? Let's find out. Nobody over here. See, and that wasn't a bad performance in that tournament. It just wasn't great. Just hit the pylons every time. Nobody over here. Okay. I'm telling you, this game kind of makes me want to break out like an Excel sheet. See if I can sort of track where the big fish are, depending on certain settings. This is also just a shallow lake in general. Let's go to these rushes up here and see what we see. Little fish, let me in. Okay, no fish over here. So I hit select to reel back in super fast, and that gives me a chance to basically scan the whole, well, half of the whole scene. And since the scene is the same until I have 2 failed catches, or something goes horribly wrong, these are weeds. Oh, we got a guy. Okay, guy. We're going to come for you then. But we got to switch to our, I think our sunny day lure. You're just left of center, huh? Okay. If I can ever win a cash prize again. Plunk. I'll be able to hopefully buy a better. God, you're a monster. Tired, I can feel it in your bones. You remember this SNES classic? Cool. Now that's a fish. Holy crap. Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess I can retire on this one. This is the fish you put in your Tinder profile. Anyway, that's rude. Maybe there's another fish on the other side. Okay, so we are going to every set of rushes and reeds we can find before the lake warms up. We're just going to catch every giant fish before all the other competitors. That's going to be how we do this. And then we drain the lake so they can't do any more fishing. The trick to winning a fishing competition is to punch holes in everybody else's boat. Hello, 8-Bit Bandit. How are you doing? See, this is much more relaxing than Battletoads. Nobody big over there that I can see. Yeah, I played my stressful game, and now I moved on to this, and then I have one of my favorite games is lined up next, and then a fighting game that, yeah, I've got a lineup. You got to mix it up a little bit. You've got a new map, right? Okay, so I have fished this lake before in one of the earlier tournaments. But it's operating differently now because it's a different season. So you see the little pink tree below the sun icon. That means the season is, I want to say spring, but anyway, before it was fall, if I remember correctly. Even in fishing games, I can't even catch a cold. I gotta admit, it took me like 2 whole nights to start getting the hang of how this thing works. And the first night doesn't count because I fell asleep, but okay, we got a rainbow trout there. So no fish worth looking at here. But before it was sunny and cold, and now it's cloudy and 2 degrees Celsius is not warm. And don't worry, 8-Bit Bandit, you will get the hang of Battletoads. It is not an indefeatable game. It's just that every section is so different, it requires a totally different thought process in how you handle it and how you learn it. Whereas this is like a little tedious, but constantly increasing in challenge. That is like... that would just have you punching the fish. But they would add like scuba gear or something. Okay, what are you guys doing all the way up there? That's not helping me either. Okay, tip guy. You have any tips? Or are you going to tell me to like wait again? Spring is good for spawning. You're the worst tip guy in the world. You need to understand that. Wait, okay, 8:04 a.m. Ask for tip. The point is to check structures. Okay, fine. I'll go check the bridges and docks. If we see anything, we'll switch to cloudy. Nothing on the left. one fish in the center, but okay, nothing here. So let's go find a dock, or a dam, a dock or a dam to check for fish. That's what we're gonna need, I think. That's the way to go. Okay, we got a dock up here. Oh wait, I don't know what this structure is, but we're gonna take a look at it because it's a thing. Okay, I gotta catch that guy. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I gotta do it. Look at him! There's two of them. Okay. So we got two fish here, but when I catch one, it'll scare off the other one. So, probably better to go for the one toward the back because he's just more accessible. Did I reel while you were knocking and it scared you? Son of a... Okay. He didn't get away. So until I get him on the hook, the scene when I reel it, when I cast, will remain the same. So I can keep trying over and over again for the same fish until I get him on the hook and I lose him. Which, you know, that may be what happens, but I'm not going to just let it happen. You off the map now? Jerk. Okay, let's try that again. Well, thank you, Nana Ruiz. Man, that looks boring. To each their whatnot. Come on, back here. There you go. No, this way. There are little bits of birdsong in the game, just like the occasional chirp. But the tink 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 sound is my line straining and about to break. You'll notice it happens when it gets yellow and red on the bottom there. That one went fast. Not huge, but acceptable. Very good. Okay, let's see if the other guy stayed in. Because I'd appreciate it if he were still around. Still there? Nope. And I do not blame him. He just saw his friend get hoisted away by an eldritch horror. As we sing the dark song of the king in khaki, he who dwells above the waves, the strange air-breathing creature. Fish passing around tales of the strange and monstrous creature that does not breathe the water. Plunk. Is anybody here? I never played this video game from the Super Nintendo. What year is it? That's an excellent question. I think it says 93 on the title screen, but let's check here. Yeah, it just says 93. Apparently they didn't care enough to mark down month and day that it came out. Oh, there's a rainbow trout up there, but I don't care about him. He's also too far for me to throw the line, so I can't catch him at all anyway. I still need to figure out if there's a way for me to get a longer line, because there's more range here. It's like a third of that map that I can't access because I can't go beyond 24 meters. Plunk. The little plunk sound is satisfying. Okay, nobody over here. And nobody over here. It'd be funny if there was a secret where, like, you just leave the lure next to the dock and eventually something just comes crawling out. That big fish that Homer caught in The Simpsons. They call him El Capitan. One fella came close, went by the name of Homer. "6 feet tall he was, arms like tree trunks." Did you get the big one yet? I caught a 9-kilogrammer just a little bit ago. That's pretty good. Oh, big guy. Okay. We got one dead center. Let's get him. We're gonna get him. Oh, wait. Do I have my cloudy lure on? Doesn't matter. Get out of those wooden Get out of those wooden pillars, man. They're gonna drive me nuts. Nope. Back this way. You're being a jerk. Come on. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Please get out of the wood. You get caught in there, I have to cut my line, and I hate that. I like my lure, thank you. What does the color of your arrow mean? Just catching your breath? Okay, fine. Bring it in! Bring it in, bring it in. Let me begin. Back here. Come on. Oh, you jerk. I am a level 9 fisherman. Gotcha. Level 9! You are smaller than I expected, given how much of a fight you put up. I tell you, he was 10 stories high if he was a foot. How's the fishing going? This tournament's going quickly and well, I think. That 9 kilogram is going to put me over the top. I can feel it in me bones. The tank controls when you're operating the boat are a little strange. Not the strangest thing about this game, but still a little odd. We haven't been over here yet. Hello from Argentina, Bruno. Is there any fish other than bass here? Yes, you can catch Taiwan loach and rainbow trout and catfish, but you have to throw them back. Since it is a bass fishing tournament, you have to catch the bass, and they have to be over a kilogram to be counted. Or at least the smallest one I've captured that still counted was like 2.3 kilograms. Oh, we got another guy. Okay. Let's bring him in. You know what? That's what I find myself saying too. This is a like very good looking fishing game for like Super Nintendo graphics. I looked at like footage of the Sega version of the same game, and it doesn't do any of this fishing view. It's all like it looks like a game where you're piloting a submarine. But like this view is super cool. In terms of what the game is like communicating to you and how it's doing it. You gotta be exhausted, man. Come on, come rest on my boat. Okay, fine. If you're gonna be that way about it. Come on, back this way. Here we go. Gotcha. Still not one, huh? There's a lot of tournaments before you get to the end of this game, man. There's a lot of game here. There's only 6 lakes, but there's still a lot of game. I'm already over my total from the last tournament. That's funny. I'm learning, though. I'm entering the mind of the bass. I'm thinking like a fish. I'm getting the hang of this here. Video game angling. That's how you do it. Also, as you learn the mechanics of the game, you learn how to like skip steps. Which is just fun. Anybody on the left? I have now played one fishing game. I believe that qualifies me to call myself a master. I could probably go on the History Channel now. River monsters. It will be interesting though when because there are, I think, 6, maybe 8 fishing games on the Super Nintendo. I'd have to look at the list. SNES Drunk did a video on most of them, so I'd have to see like how many more there are, and then when they come up, how they compare and what they do differently. That'll be the real fun part when it comes to the... So there's a guy up there, but he's way too far for me to actually get my line there up there. Black bass, super black bass, and many more. Actually, I don't think it's that many more. Don't get me wrong, fishing games are and always will be a popular genre. This is one of the better ones. That's the weird thing, is all like the early reviews when I did research on it said it was like hard to understand and not very fun. But here's the thing, it's, you know, it's a little tedious because it's the same thing over and over again, but kind of having a blast at parts of it and trying to get the hang of fighting the fish and stuff like that and the mechanics there. There's good stuff in here, but I love every game, so it doesn't matter. Except Bubsy. Yeah, I love every game. I literally did a whole video on my YouTube about why Space Ace actually isn't that bad. I like Claymates. I feel like they sell you a bill of goods with Claymates and then they don't deliver on it. Claymates promises all these transformations and stuff, but you spend most of your time as the mouse, and even like the last 2 whole levels as the mouse, and then the very last level is a totally different game. It's a shoot 'em up. What was that? But Claymates is a really good looking game, and parts of it are fun to engage with. It's just, it feels like it cheats you a little bit. I'd be more inclined to say I don't like, I have not played Plock yet. You guys keep bringing up Plock. But I can't rush it to the front of the line. It'll come up when it comes up. Or maybe I'll rush it to the front of the line. I can do that because it's my list of 800 games. I can do whatever I want. I can just not play Madden. Oh, nowhere to run, fishy fishy. Sorry. You're between a wall and me. And I'm going to cook you. I trust you that Plock is a great game. I haven't played it yet. You don't look big, but hey. Okay, that puts me at 28. I want to try and... I can go and weigh in with this, but I want to try and get one more, like 5. I want to try and get one more fish that's bigger than these. Just because I don't trust the game to play fair with the final weigh-in. Nice sunny day. Yeah, it's a very chill game. Not super tense, but there's stuff going on. And a surprising amount of variety in the situations you encounter. Like, I was surprised to notice that you have to like pull the fish around the rocks and the poles in the ground and stuff. Otherwise your line can get caught and then you have to press A, B and cut your line. Which is a nice tiny mechanic that they didn't have to include. Well, one more fish, it's over 5 kilograms if we can swing it. But now it's kind of sunned up, so let's see if things warming up has affected the tip line guy. You see what I have to work with? Doc from Punch-Out gives better advice than this guy. His entire tip box might as well read, "Join the Nintendo Fun Club today." What was that up there? Something swam by. Gotta get a better look at him. "22. Fabrizio Benavides is following. There's nobody here. Mr. Avocado Man sent Rose. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that." Yeah, the only thing I would say about this is like to get the fish to attack the lure, you kind of have to basically bop them on the nose with it, but that's fine. That's just a gripe. Plunk. Tiny fish. But we need big fish. Tiny fish will not do. I have bigger fish to fry. Nobody over here. Okay. There aren't any deep pockets in this lake, I don't think. Not really. Yeah. It's just a shallow lake in general. He says attack various places. What does that even mean? Just start fishing wherever. There was a little fish over there, but not big enough for me. I feel like I'm also getting the hang of the casting more. I'm losing a lot fewer lures than I was early on. Accounting for wind. Let's check up here. What do we got in here? It's like, I think I already fished here, but eh. What has been your favorite surprise good game so far? Oh, geez, let me bring up the list. Load up Excel. Okay, so Skyblazer was a surprise. Wild Guns was a surprise. I'd never played Demon's Crest before I did this. Trying to think of ones that I wasn't really familiar with before this all happened. Spin Dizzy Worlds, there's one. That's one you could take, because that's like a Marble Madness, but you're a top. And it's like, what controller do you use? Sir. Goodness gracious, I have standards. This is a Super Nintendo Entertainment System labeled controller. It says Nintendo on the back. So part of the doing this is sort of playing the games as they were intended to be played. So it started with the intention of playing all of the NSO Super Nintendo games, the Nintendo Switch Online Super Nintendo Collection. And for that, I used this, which is the wireless Super Nintendo controller that you can get for your Switch. And played with no rewind or save states. So Battletoads, Super Soccer, Wild Guns, all those, Ghouls and Ghosts, no rewind, no save states. And those were fun. And then I wanted to play my Black Label GameCube collection on streaming and basically give away my entire GameCube collection, because what am I going to do with it? It's just sitting on a shelf. But I had a sound issue when I tried to play Skies of Arcadia the first time. There's a big guy. Which led to me playing a couple of Super Nintendo games and then Super Star Wars. And people really liked to watch Super Star Wars. And Super Star Wars was fun. So then it's like, what Super Nintendo game are you playing next? I don't know. Zombies Ate My Neighbors sounds like fun. And so now it is this weird random goal. I made a list of 800 Super Nintendo games that I always wanted to play, because I want to play every game. And now I'm just kind of very gradually working toward it when I have a free night. So between midnight and around 2 a.m., I'll play some Super Nintendo games. And I'll try and beat them. And it's fun. And it's ridiculous. Come on, you're right there. Come back around, sir. You want to. I can feel it. He's hung up on the log. Oh, poor schmuck. I don't think I could beat 134 Super Nintendo games. They were tough back in the day. To be fair, 2 of those are like Wheel of Fortune and 1 of them is Jeopardy. So those don't really count. And then you get games like Breakthrough where they don't really end, so you just sort of say, I'm done. And I make the rules, so I can kind of do what I want with them if I really want to. Gotcha. This way, this way. Ah! Oh, dang. He's a jumper. Log got you, didn't it? Working through in any specific order. I've sorted them into roughly 10 piles by genre. And then so I'll work through one from this pile, one from this pile, in order to keep from playing like just all the platformers that I want to play in a row. And then multiples of 10 set aside for games that I believe to be particularly good or interesting, or I've really always wanted to play. And multiples of 50 are for games that I call legendary. Okay, let's head to the start. We're not that concerned. We have one big fish, and that really should be enough to get me over the above everybody else. Because all the other fishes are at least like reasonably sized, even if they're not huge. Yeah. Legendary because you love them, or they're a pain to get through? Well, the first legendary game. Technically, number 51 was boom, 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 boom. Technically, number 51 was number 50 was going to be Mega Man X, but I miscounted, and number 50 was Cool Spot. But number 100 was Chrono Trigger. And number 150 is already ready to go. I just got to get to it. And then like number 200 will be, you know, somebody already guessed number 800, which I thought was really funny when they did that. They're like, I bet 800 is Link to the Past. I'm like, yeah, it is. Legendary because they're considered, generally speaking, to be the best games on the console. Or at least I've decided they're the best games on the console. Sometimes without even playing them. Oh, actually, let's see. I can read off the list of legendary games. It'll be so far in the future, nobody will remember. Okay, legendary. Mario RPG, Metroid, Terranigma, Trials of Mana, Final Fantasy IV, Super Mario World, Final Fantasy V, Kirby Superstar, Mario Kart, Mortal Kombat 2, Final Fantasy VI, Yoshi's Island, Link to the Past. Yeah. They're just great games. And then like multiples of 10 is stuff like Star Fox, Goof Troop, The Lion King, Pilot Wings, Blackthorn. Yeah. They're just sorted into piles of interesting games. It's going to be fun. It's never going to happen. I mean, this is like a years long project, and I can only do like a couple hours a night. But I like the idea. And it also means I discover games like this, which I never, ever would have played otherwise. And it's actually very interesting and quite a bit of fun. Or I play Out to Lunch, which I found aggravating, but, you know, interesting in a different way. Or Bamboozle, which I hate. If you've never played the Kablooey game, Bamboozle, it's on the Nintendo Switch Online. It's fine, but it's a puzzle game that hides information from you or has RNG involved in some of the movements, and you can't view the whole map. So it's like, this is frustrating. I love that guy's expression. Look at how happy he is to be weighing those fish. They use a lot of like layers going different directions in this. Like if you look at that view when you cast in the lake, there's like 8 layers of the lake moving in opposing directions. Dang it. Looks like I'm in second, but maybe I'll get some money. I didn't even break the field record. Dang. The Bassmaster. Wait until Super Black Bass, the bait shop guy, has 1 tooth. Nice size. 5.8 kilograms. Fourth weight in. Oh my God. $5.6. What's coming next? I can't believe it, Bill. Oh, unbelievable. Okay, I took second. Do I get cash? Because I'm running low on funds here. $250. I'll take it. Okay. So I gotta beat. Well, I just basically have to. I have to place top 20 to get to the next tournament, which I'm gonna do, but I still want to have a good showing so I can get the cash to actually shop. Do I have enough to buy a better reel? Maybe that'll give me more range. At 278. Smooth action. I can't afford it. Smoothest reeling. Smoothest action. Smooth action. Good all-purpose. All-purpose. Okay, what am I currently using here? I have a Fenwick 6-foot medium rod for spinning. And then I have the starter rod and the starter reel for my bait setup. So let's see. Problem is I never switch rods because it's not explained the benefit of using a different one. I can't afford that guy. This is the one I got before. Deep water, more lift. So I need to save up for one of these massive rods. It's important that you have a massive rod if you're doing this kind of thing. I'm glad people can't clip things on TikTok. Yeah. So if I can finish this one in the next 45 minutes, which if I get another big pull right at the beginning, oh my, it is 20 degrees. I think I need to go straight to the docks. Search for shady spots where there might be fish. 20 degrees Celsius is a ton for the start of the tournament. Am I not at the docks? Okay, let's get to the dock itself. I may need to motor over to a dock that is lined up differently so that I can actually face into the wind. This is the first Super Nintendo game you ever played. Wow, that's kind of cool. It's that weird thing where it's like every game is somebody's favorite, and you never know. Okay, we need to find somewhere shady where the fish are going to hide a little bit. There we go. If we can get a couple of big fish early on, I think we'll be in a good place. Should be hiding in the shade, right? That's not a good sized fish. We need a big fish. We need a big fish, sir. What are we going to do with the big fish? I don't know. Cook him? Yeah, no big fish here. Okay. Maybe if we head to an area with weeds, an area with lily pads, we can find something big fish. Boom, boom, boom. We find a big fish. That's the important thing. I find it somewhat terrifying that the very first time I make an off-color fishing joke while I'm doing this is when the viewership jumps. Like sitting in the weird little interactive bait shop and being like, wow, I guess I need to buy a huge rod. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's 30 people in here. Anybody in town? Not up there. Not down here. We're going to make it happen. I can feel it. Nothing of any noticeable size. But we're getting better, you know. Got to admit it, we are getting better. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, well, it's a warm day. I wanted to check just like some weeds, but we're going to check the, maybe in the deeps we have something. Anybody deep down? Oh my goodness. I want that fish. Come back around, big guy. You're my new best friend. Don't get me wrong, you are a nice big fish. I want the giant fish, though. Okay. So we got to get a 23-meter cast without losing our lure. We got to land right on that guy's head. That's what we got to do. And then we got to reel him in, which is going to be a nightmare. But it's a sunny day. So let's make sure we got the right lure in place. All of my sinking lures can't cast far enough to hit him. So I'm going to have to use something else. Oh, this is my sunny day lure. Okay. Okay, this is a bottom pass. Okay. Okay. Let's try the vibrating lure. See if we can get the giant fish. Perfect. Come back around, big man. That was a perfect cast. That was as far as I can cast this line. And he didn't even notice. You need to notice me, senpai. Okay. This lure ain't gonna do the trick. Let's go for the jig lure with the crawdad attached. See if we can throw that the full distance. $22, maybe that's enough. Come on, you saw it. Did you see it? Still swimming away. Okay, I gotta catch something though, so... What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I go 22 with the crawdad. So I'd figure the vibrating lure would attract attention as needed. But it just didn't seem to work that way. What else can we get? Gotta come up with a plan here that works, because my normal bass lure doesn't seem to be what I would want to use here. Want something that sinks a little bit, right? These guys only go up to like 18 or 19 meters. I need full 23 meters to actually, for him to even see it. Salt pork, no good. We'll try again, see if I can get near him. I just need him to notice. Okay. Okay, so he's actually on the left side of the thing. So casting that way isn't going to help. He's not all the way on the left side, but he's close. $21. Blink his tail. Oh, he twitched. He bitched. He bodged. He booged. It's like, do I need to wait for like a week and then they'll come back around? There's just no way for me to send it further. That's what's so frustrating, is it feels like I should be able to. Can I get like a remote controlled lure that I can just radio over there? Like a little boat? once they get up there, they just sort of abandon me entirely. Okay, so we're going to try and get the one that's dead center. See if we can't come up with something. Even that one's like too far for me to actually get to. It is frustrating. Okay. Couple more tries. Mer people. That would be funny. He gives a little twitch, but it's just not enough. How deep is this? Is this deep water? Okay. I only have one of these. So let's hope it doesn't fly away again. Okay, so that's 20. There's just a little bit left on the thing. I need to stop it just before the end. Okay, how deep does this go? Dang, 35. Okay. So if I can throw right to him and then let it go down, maybe that'll work. Because this lure sinks, the other lures float. Just drop. Oh, it rises up fast when I'm twitching it, doesn't it? Okay. Cast more toward the middle. See what I can do with that. I was able to save the lure though, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna have to go after that guy since it looks like I can't reach any of the others. Can't reach the monster, so I'm gonna have to go for the wee little laddie. Who still looks fairly large, just Everything was going so well, too. Dagnabbit. Well, I thought it was going so well. Should be able to get that guy at least. He's in range. The giant is not in range, but... I went too far left. It's a problem. So what does the vibrating lure do? Does it attract them from further away? Does it attract them if they can't see me? I just don't know enough about it. I need to look up what exactly these things are supposed to do and how I'm supposed to use them. But I don't want to, because that's less fun than... Well, never mind then. That one doesn't matter. I didn't like that lure anyway. It never did anything for me. It was useless. I hated it. Really, I did that on purpose. I wasted my spinning bait. And we got this thing. Who even knows what it does? 21 meters? You suck. No distance at all. If it's not 23, what's even the point? Need a nice long-range lure that can go all the way to the bottom and get seen by that fish without getting lost. Not gonna happen. Sometimes I do wonder if it's like the intention is for you to just sit here for 10 minutes and then eventually the big fish comes back around. I could see it happening. I could see a game doing that on purpose. Create a real fishing experience where you just gotta kind of wait. Let's give him a minute. Because you see, this is about as far back as my line goes, but if you look at the map on the left there, there's a whole other chunk of the lake bed that I just can't reach. There's got to be a way to get there, right? This can't be the end. This can't be the last thing I see. There must be more to fishing games than this. Trouble is, I'm burning time here trying to catch a river monster, and I'm going to wind up with an empty basket at the end of things. Okay. Yeah, see, even that guy's like just a little ways beyond my reach. So we're going to go somewhere else. It's a warm day and it's getting warmer. We're going to find a big fish. Sometimes you must cut your losses and just move along. Okay. The shadow of the dam. There we shall find our giant fish. Plunk. Hit the dam. Maximum distance. Okay. And I said to go deeper when it's warmer. I would figure, yeah, I could try that again, but that's why I was looking for like shady spots. Of course, I can't remember the Celsius conversion. Oh, we got a big guy here on the dam. Let's get him first. Let's get this big guy here, and then we'll go try the deeper water. Plunk. Hey, buddy, come on. I'm escaping you. Turn around. Okay, you are almost dead center at the moment. So let's do that. I'm glad they have that map on the left so you can kind of gauge where they are left to right. Basically harassing the fish with it. The only way to get them to bite is to bop them right on the nose. Gotta let something line out or I'm gonna tink my way away. Back. Get back here. You think you could beat me? I'm Santa Claus. Okay. Let's go. That was fast. Probably not that big a fish. But it's big enough to go in the bucket. And that's the goal here. 5 kilograms. Not bad. Okay. So we'll go back to the deeper water. See if we can't make something happen. because they seem to have been, or at least they attempted to be, cognizant of how the fish should behave in given conditions. It's like they were trying. So I would hope that they recognize that in 20-degree weather, yeah, see, the fish go a little deeper. So let's see if we can get this guy. He looked like he was basically dead center. So we are going to tack a little to the left. Yeah, but look at that. Look at the different layers of that water that are all moving at different speeds to give that rotational effect. That is so cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm nerding out about graphical design. See if that gets me right about in the middle. Okay, he's just left of center. And not that far back, so we can get him. Provided I don't lose the lure. Okay, we're gonna need use that Crawdaddy jig combo if I don't have it equipped already, because I'm guessing I need something. No, I am using that one right now. Something that sinks to the bottom. So let's try something higher. Go back to our old reliable, the Bass Hunter. Is Daddy a good name for it? Yeah, sure. Okay, so no interest on the mid. Maybe I need to let it raise up a little bit. I think when it gets that sort of bronze color, like it's right around 5 meters deep, that seems to be what draws them the most. So let's try that. I forgot to lower my reel speed before I started, so he's not coming back around. Let's try one more time. We're gonna get one of these guys. Come on. Maybe he's not hungry. That doesn't seem to be a thing that they did include. It's too far left to start. I need him to see it. You're it smells like a person. Okay. Always wagging his tail like he's hungry. Nope, nothing. When they stop that far away, facing away from my lure, it's like, nope, that's not going to happen. Frustrating. Okay, 22-meter line. Move it down to 1 1 real speed. No, not you. Dang it. I was just too good. Think you can escape when you're a tiny fish? No. I don't let big fish escape. I'm not letting a tiny little bugger get out of here. Although actually, if I let him escape, then that might reset the scene and I can try again for the big fish. I'm not cutting my lure. You gotta get away on your own. You're just all the line I have. Can you not shake it, little dude? Are you just gonna swim right up to my boat to teach me a lesson? I'm just letting you go. Who knows? Maybe I'm getting experience while this is going on. Like, not a ton of it, but maybe some. So if I just let him ride this little roller coaster for 5-10 minutes, I gain like 4 levels. But they don't explain how experience works, so I have no idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi-ho, Bassmaster, away. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I don't think he can shake the hook. I think it's on purpose because he's not a catch I can keep. So I think it does it specifically to sort of disrupt me while I'm catching the big fish, which would make sense. It's an obstacle, just like the loach and the catfish. It'd be fun if I got a ton of experience for it, though. Yeah, the small guy can't shake the hook. My fishing powers are just too mighty. Okay. Well, I think I can assume that the big fish is gone. He's so tiny. He's bait. Yeah, less than keeper size. Who decided that? See if the big fish is still there. Unlikely, but possible. That was frustrating. I didn't even gain a level. Yes. Lion sin of pride. let's head down to the other deep section of the lake. It's only 8:30 in the morning. Plenty of fishing left to be done. Even when it's cloudy. You played 7DS Origins? No. I haven't played any of the games. I've only barely seen the show, just a little bit of it. I just like the design of the character, and I've watched his bits. Because he's just so much fun. Little squirrely guy. Oh, wait, it's Sunny. No, he's not. Anybody? Hello? Okay, no big fish here. There's nobody here. Yeah. What might be fun to do would be to just make an Excel sheet, go back and look at when the big fish sort of appeared. What were the conditions, and sort of map that out, like just graph it, and try and figure out a way to predict where I should look. Because the tip guy's no help. And the depth finder doesn't seem to be much help either. But I can't believe it's just random. Because that wouldn't be, fun. There's got to be something you can learn and use for it. Rainbow trout. No good. And it's just getting warmer. And if Jurassic Park has taught me anything, it's that as it gets warmer, the animals should get bigger. Jurassic Park hasn't taught me anything. Okay. Let's check the shallows. Nothing over there. Nothing over here. Did you see the Hail Mary movie? Honestly, no, I don't. I'm not able to go to movies really, because kids and kids sports and other things, and also unemployed. But I think I've seen the vast majority of it through clips on TikTok. Like, I could probably tell you everything that happens in the order in which it happens, based solely on the hundreds of clips that show up on TikTok. Though often it's the same one over and over again. Where's my bedroom? Nobody here. Nobody anywhere. I'm not not sure if I should go see it. I definitely want to watch it. It'll just be something that I wind up watching at home when it's on streaming in a couple of months. Which, given the visuals I've seen, will be a shame, but it'll still give me a chance to see the movie, which is better than nothing. I've heard it is fantastic and it looks incredible. And Ryan Gosling is a pretty safe bet. And since it's mostly just him and a puppet for most of the movie, giving it kind of a Castaway vibe. Small fish. So let's check on the right for a big fish. You have convinced me to see it. Well, I hope you have a great time. Rainbow trout, no good. Rainbow trout has a narrower frame in the sprite that they use in this game. So I can tell which one's the rainbow trout, which one's a loach, which one's a catfish, and I can just straight up avoid them. Save me the time and trouble of not catching a bass. Let's see what happens here. It's raining now. Anybody? Nope. Oh, we got one. Let's see if we can get this guy with a rainy day lure. Yeah, big one, but I think he's like beyond my range because my equipment maxes out at 23 meters. I go beyond that, my lures start flying away, which sucks. But it's like, maybe I need to try the other rod. Can you get a bigger rod? I think my rod's big enough, but there's only one rod bigger than mine. Therein lies the problem. Like, my rod's a good size, and it should be able to reach as far as it needs to and get as deep as it needs to go. Honestly, if they're expecting my rod to go like a meter or two, that seems like a problem with design. Because the rods have like a maximum reasonable length you should be able to expect. But if I can get, if I can get my rod all the way, to go all the way forward, as far as it needs to go, that should be enough. Yeah, the bigger rod might be the way to go, but I think I might have to work with the, like I have to pick up some of the vibrating ones. And maybe that can compensate for rod size. Because maybe that can attract from, you know, when you're coming at it from behind. Unfortunately, I sent my one vibrator too far, and now it's gone. So it's like, oh, I should have lowered my speed to try and attract attention. I feel like that conversation was dirtier than I intended. Anyway. Oh, dang, I gotta be like frame perfect on this guy. And even then, I'm not sure it'll work. But I'm gonna try. But yeah, a bigger rod's not going to solve all my problems. I think it might make some of them worse. I was getting 23 a second ago, so what's going on here? $21. I need a lighter lure, so I'm not getting to him. Let's try the jig with the crawdaddy in it. Did I get a rainy one, or did I just get cloudy and sunny? It shouldn't. I mean, I would hope it'd make a huge difference, but you never know. Let's try the rainy, just regular jig first. Me too. Yeah, I need to get 23. Dang it. Okay, try again. It's also possible they include some of these, like, fishing seeds as ones you literally can't win. That's possible, right? Like, it's just beyond my range. What do I even do? I lose. And it's teaching you, you know, move on, find something else because you're not going to catch this one. That can happen. It's perfectly reasonable. That is an acceptable outcome. Same fish? Yeah, I didn't get far enough away. Same fish. I can't make him closer. Dag nabbit. Okay. It's after 2 in the morning, though. So, We got to catch something this tournament before we call it a night. Really? I don't even know what you are. You don't look like a loach. Can't catch anything I'm trying to catch. Just bring in this thing that is obviously not a bass. So I can't keep it anyway. And anything that's not a bass is going to be tiny. So not a lot of experience either. You're just there to waste my time. You're not even a fish I wanted. What's your favorite Super Nintendo game you've done so far? Chrono Trigger. There are a ton of great ones that have come up so far, but Chrono Trigger is one of the best games ever made. So. Hey, it's a bluegill. Nice. Not a bass. Release. Okay, it's after 2 in the morning, everybody. So we're going to take a little break. Try again tomorrow. Hopefully we can finish this tournament with at least one presentable fish. But we're giving it our all, and then after this we move on to our GameCube game for May, which will be PN3. PN3 only takes like an hour and a half for me to play through, unless I really get caught up in doing all the extra missions. So that'll be a 1 or 2 night thing. Thank you everybody who stopped by, everybody who said hi. I appreciate it. And if you just stopped by and didn't say hi, I appreciate that too. Thank you for watching.